Hi everybody, Patrick here from EngineeringShock.com, ElectronicLessons.com, and PaintballProps.com. I recently launched a Kickstarter campaign for two different fingerprint scanner boards. The other board, the video for it, is linked below. The Kickstarter campaign is also linked below. This is the version 1 board. This is more of a project board. The other one is a dual fingerprint scanner board. This is a single fingerprint scanner board with LCD, relay control, servo control, keypad, and several output blocks and indicator LEDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a demonstration in just a second, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what you're looking at here. This fingerprint scanner can hold up to 20 different fingerprints. Plugs into the board. The output rail, I haven't actually soldered a male output rail, but you can easily connect the outputs that are linked to these indicator LEDs to your Arduino, to your external circuit. You can use the relay to turn on high-powered devices such as, say, electromagnetic locks, solenoids, 120 volts to 240 volts AC devices. It's a high-powered isolated relay switch, and this is the output terminal block right there. The LED or the LCD always tells you what's going on. There are two methods of powering this unit, 5mm jack or terminal block. You can use either or. You can't use both at the same time on this board. The servo motor connects right here, and when I give a demonstration in just a second, I'm going to connect a servo to it just to show you that one fingerprint allocated to a certain ID block will toggle the state of a servo motor, so you can use that as a lock as well. And the keypad right here allows for you to program in new fingerprints or just enter into scanning mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the servo motor. I'm going to give you a demonstration. As you can see, I've plugged in the servo motor. A couple things I want to mention before I power it up. You'll notice there are some wires here. That's because there was an error on the first revision of the PCB. I've since corrected that. As well, there is a rail right here, and that's where you make your connections to your Arduino or whatever. I will be adding a rail there, but I haven't labeled it, and it is labeled in the final revision of the hardware of the PCB. And so the pins here correspond to the logic on these LEDs. This is LED 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 to 5 correspond to the ID slots for the first 5 fingerprints, and the 6th I am not using at this point. It will be used as an indicator LED. These rails right here will help select certain options. I haven't gotten to that yet. Software is about 70% done. Yeah, so anyway, sorry, without further ado, I'll plug it in. The servo motor will glitch, and software will correct it. As you can see, it corrected itself. I'm hoping you can see the LCD. It is looking clean. I'm not sure how clean it looks on the camera, but it says select mode of operation. So I press any 4 buttons at this point, and that'll just enter me into scanning mode. If I enter in my secret 4-digit combination, which you program in yourself and is saved in EEPROM memory, then you can reprogram in new fingerprints. So I'm just going to enter in 5555. And as you can see, the fingerprint LED turns on. It says now entering scanning mode. So now it's waiting for a fingerprint. Now here's what I've done. You can program in 20 different fingerprints. I only have functionality for 7 of them at this point. Fingerprint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So fingerprint 6 will toggle the state of the servo motor. Fingerprint 7 will toggle the relay on. And so right now I've only got latching properties, and I'll have momentary when I'm done. And what I mean by that is, if I put in fingerprint 1, which is programmed for my pointer on my right hand, matching ID output set, ID number 1 it said. So I've programmed in ID 2, ID 3, ID 4, and ID 5. So I'll put in my middle finger, matching ID output set. If I put my middle finger on there again, it'll toggle the state of the second LED, turn it off. Now let's put my third finger. Matching ID output set, ID number 3. Sorry if you can't see here. Matching ID output set, ID number 4. And lastly, ID number 5. So just for the sake of having all of those LEDs on, I'll put my middle finger on again to toggle LED 2 on. Now I can toggle them all off if I like. I'm not going to go through that. Again, I will have momentary outputs, so that if I have it in momentary mode and I press my pointer finger on my right hand, that LED in the output logic on that pin will go high for about 500 milliseconds, rather than staying on until you press the same fingerprint again. So let's try my left hand. My pointer finger on my left hand is ID number 6, and that will toggle the state of the servo motor. So watch the servo motor. So you can use that as a lock. Sorry, I'm not trying to give you guys the finger. This is my left hand, or my middle finger on my left hand. Did you hear the relay click? It said ID number 7, and it turned the relay on. So I could turn on a lamp, I could apply power to an electromagnet, an electromagnetic door lock, a solenoid. In fact, I'm likely going to have a solenoid added to some of the rewards, and I'll make a video showing you how to actually implement a solenoid. So let's see what happens when I put in my third finger on my left hand. That should be ID number 8. Now, I don't believe I have anything saved for my thumb, so let me show you an incorrect combination. This is where the indicator LED will come in, but software is not yet complete. Incorrect ID. That's all it says. So, let's program in my thumb as a fingerprint. Let's save that as ID 10. In order to program it, you need to know a secret 4-digit code. Now, in order to program in that secret 4-digit code into EEPROM memory, this is your own code. Plug it in and press 7 4 times. There will be more security in the final version when software is done. So once we've entered in 7777, the green LED will turn on and stay on for about 2 seconds. Now you can enter in your own combination. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once that's done, you want to unplug it and we'll test it. Now watch the LCD. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now entering program mode. So at this point, what I have to do is I'm going to tap the fingerprint scanner, and I'm going to hold down the fingerprint. Hold down my finger. It says save data to slot 2 of 20, 4 of 20, 5 of 20, 6 of 20. So when you let go, it'll be the slot that we save. So let's save to slot 10. Sorry, I realized I slurred my words a little bit there. So you can, just by holding that down, holding the fingerprint scanner down, you can pick which slot you want to program the fingerprint. So because I haven't programmed in my thumb yet, I'm going to program in my thumb into slot 10. So it says hold your finger to the scanner. Now watch the LCD. Complete, remove finger. Second scan. I have to do it again. Complete, remove finger. Final scan. Complete. Print data saved. So now my thumb has been allocated to slot 10 of 20. We don't have a function for that yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it and we're going to test that, in just a second. So now I can do the same thing again, just by holding down, by tapping and holding my finger to the fingerprint scanner. I can select another fingerprint to save to whichever slot I please. So I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to plug it back in again. We're going to type a random code, 5556, and that'll enter us into scanning mode. And I'm going to put my thumb on the sensor. Matching ID output set, ID 10. So it worked. That's great. So there's obviously a lot of software optimizations I'm going to make. I'm going to have software additions. I'm going to be making this into a full-on project board. I'm also going to add some security measures so it makes it a little bit more difficult for somebody to hack it. But really, it's a project board. You can use the outputs from the LEDs to talk to your other circuits. You can use the relay. You can use You can use the servo, and the LCD in the Kickstarter, I'm going to actually give the option of having the LCD soldered to the board, or extended out by long female to female wire connections such as this. Now you'll have that option. I don't want to ramble on. I have a lot of work to do with the software, but as you can see, I'm almost there. This unit will come with all sorts of fun knickknacks. I'm going to try to get my hands in some solenoids. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check out the Kickstarter, and thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.